giant army from entering. Hallucinated Colossus can break down force fields, which is pretty genius.
I didn't even think of that.
Something I saw, yeah, but in between White Raw and Tester in the Altitude Team Liquid Invitational. Pretty awesome stuff.
Yeah, I actually, during the event, I had to take my grandpa out for lunch for his birthday, so I missed it, but I'll catch the VODs.
Yeah, I'm not sure where those will be uploaded yet, because I almost always just FTP it directly to Team Liquid, but again, I'd been up all night, so I just went to bed, and now my sleep schedule's inverted, so not sure how to get hold of them in that regard, but it shall happen soon.
Alright, Altitude Invitational, which was a future event when I was recording it, but now, obviously, it's not. It's a past event. How did you like the tournament?
Well, I mean, I always love casting tournaments. It's always so fun. And Team Liquid is especially fun to cast with because they just have such good organization and they pump it up. And the players are always there and on time and they always have all the overlays ready. So it becomes very easy for me. And really, it allows me not just to focus on the casting and all that stuff, but I really get the chance to enjoy the game without anything else going on. So that was really fun to cast those games. Some really cool high-level play. Some of the matches were a touch one-sided, but honestly, I almost prefer one-sided games because in one-sided games, you really get to learn the true strength of a strategy. Too often people see these amazing, epic, hour-long games, and they're so fun to watch entertainment-wise that they confuse that entertainment with it being an actually good build, when in reality, it's like those 8-minute games where this player did a big timing push that really you get to go, wow, I guess that's a nice opening that I should steal. So I definitely had a lot of things that I was going to steal, especially the Colossus busting the force field trick. That was fancy.
Alrighty. And the downtime got extended for an extra week.
Mm-hmm.
Yay!
Yeah! Yes! Now I have something to do all week while my sleep schedule is retardedly inverted.
Yeah, I tried to see if I'm gauntleting it, since right now I'm sort of waiting for calls. So, Gauntlet, I was thinking trying to do 20 games a day for the last week.
Yeah! Yes.
And maybe I'll switch to random. Maybe it'll be fun.
Yeah, I'd recommend it. Just have one build in each matchup. And when you lose, just say it's imbalanced and pray for the next patch.
Okay, the last story, this one I thought would be a really interesting question because you do have some personal ties for your long history in Starcraft and also the fact that your brother is already over on the other side of the ocean talking about this. But Blizzard came out this week announcing that, screw Kespa, we're going to give GOM TV exclusive rights, not just to Starcraft 2, but all Blizzard games, including Brood War in Korea. So,
yeah.
How's that been going down with you?
Well, interestingly enough, I didn't have any insider information about that, so when I read it, it came as a big surprise to me, and as a matter of fact, I initially panicked because I thought that all tournaments like the Team Liquid Invitational would be shut down, that like Team Liquid would have to negotiate with GOM, and all these other major organizations would have to negotiate with GOM, so I was kind of like, oh my god, what does this mean for all of us in the West? And I called my brother, and he hadn't actually heard anything about it either. So we both got to learn quite a bit there. And I haven't spoken to him since that first day, but I now feel that I need to start doing some research to figure out, exactly what's going on with all this. Because, so much of what Kespa is saying is... both sides seem to be saying the other side is unreasonable. And it's very easy to let personal passions sort of get in the way, because a lot of people, for instance, are frustrated with, some of the balance changes or with the Battle.net 2.0 interface, and they take those frustrations on the interface and then direct them at Blizzard whenever Blizzard does anything that could have any effect. So, oh my god, Blizzard's trying to do blank. They're going to ruin esports. Well, I don't think that it's ever been Blizzard's goal to ruin esports. So, I basically have a lot of faith in Blizzard because even though the Korean pro scene is the center of the esports scene, Blizzard really has been very accommodating to, WCG and ESL and ESWCG and PGL and Team Liquid and all these other sites that have been running all their own tournaments. So I don't really mind at all the fact that they signed a partnership with GOM. I'd imagine it means my brother has a whole bunch of work now, which is great news. I'm curious if there's any specific questions you have. I mean, really, I don't have the largest opinion on it because we haven't even gotten to see anything unfold from it. Right now, it was just a public declaration, and a contract was signed, and the grace period's still going on till August. I would be sad to see the leagues disappear. That absolutely would be true. But somehow, I doubt that'll happen because if there is a fan base as large as the StarCraft communities, it's kind of hard to just have an entire scene dry up overnight.
I'm just kind of thinking of some of the interesting situations that are going to come up because if OGN and NBC want to keep their leagues going, and the Pro League wants to keep, SPL wants to keep going, they're going to have to talk to GOM, and Kespa is kind of got a history of snubbing GOM at the last minute, and so it's kind of this. Yeah. I want to see GOM eat Kespa eat a nice plate of crow when they have to beg GOM for the rights to use StarCraft.
So, everything I'm about to say is my own personal opinion, and of course is no reflection of fact, blah blah blah, general disclaimer. Kespa has done a series of things that have just made me question their dedication to esports and their interest in it. For instance, the Go Rush typing A in a match and getting immediately disqualified, that bothered me quite a bit. And, I mean, other events, like when they had the free players trade agreement or something like that, it to me, from an outside observer's point of view, felt really unfair to the players. And so, I mean, all those sorts of things just make me feel a little bit, So I'm definitely curious to see if any changes will be made to the structure of the leagues. Will there be more oversight into the players and their behaviors, because there was a recent gambling scandal that got quite a bit of coverage. I'm just sort of waiting right now. I'm just sort of sitting here happily, sipping on my coffee, propping my feet up with my hat and my piece of straw in mouth.
Maybe I thought this exclusive agreement we might even see I don't know if it's just too old now, but Blizzard might try, or GOM might try to get some Warcraft 3 back into South Korea. I don't know if they'll get any ground there, but
that would be cool. Warcraft 3 is a really fun game to watch.
That game just rang with me as way too busy. There's just so many tiny little things going on. Like StarCraft,
it's definitely hard from an observer point of view. I mean, with StarCraft, I mean, stuff's just exploding all over the place. Things are just pretty straightforward. I mean, even a spell like Irradiate or Psionic Storm, well, things die when they're nearby it. I mean, that's very self-explanatory. But in Warcraft 3, there's about 3 auras always active in each battle, and some are buffs and some are debuffs, and then you're getting these symbols stacked above the head, and what does that symbol mean? Oh, it means -5 armor. Well, what does that mean? So... But once you actually know like the way that the game's actually functioning and playing, it's so fun to watch. Players are just like attacking non-stop start to finish, so always a lot of good junk going on.
Alrighty. Let's talk a little bit about Starcraft 2. You ever heard of it?
I've been known to play it every now and again.
So, Starcraft 2 already has a scene. Already has a competitive scene. Mostly a foreigner scene, but Korea's starting to get into it. Starting to bust away back in. Tester's a good example. Yeah. So, how would you compare the StarCraft 2 scene compared to the old Brood War scene?
Well, it's definitely getting much more momentum than the StarCraft 1 scene upon release. I mean, really, I think that it will just be the most enormous esport, like by light years upon release. I mean, no game will really come close to it. Because, I mean, the whole league system, the fact that there's all this centralization with where the players are going to be playing, and, I mean, everyone is sort of expecting it to be big, so it kind of will be big. All the players I know, I mean, even casual players now will have the opportunity to get on and to play and to actually get the amount of skill it takes to be at these high levels, because that's something that really a lot of other competitive games never had. I mean, if you think about Brood War, Tons of people I speak to don't even know what IC Cup is, and didn't even know there was a pro scene. Or take even something like Counter-Strike. Yeah, there are private servers and private leagues, but again, same deal. And most deathmatch games are just server-based, so you can log in and go 17-1, and you think, oh yeah, I really am the best player in the world, and when I lose, it's only because of bad luck. But of course, in StarCraft 2,